Hi, I'm Coco with sortijazznights.com. We're here at the Montreal Jazz Festival 2015. I'm with guitarist Aldi Meola presenting his elegant Gypsy More Electric Tour 2015. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
You're also a winner of the Miles Davis Award given to you.
We just got presented.
Yes, I want to congratulate you on that.
Very honored to be
award.
this year's recipient. Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me, what is your connection with Miles?
My connection with Miles, well, I mean, I started professionally at 19 years old playing with Chick in Korea, who comes from the Miles Davis School. And really, Miles kind of kicked off the whole fusion movement. His sidemen were the creme de la creme of the fusion pioneers. Chick and John McLaughlin. Joe Zawinul started Weather Report. He played with Miles as well. Keith Jarrett, Herbie Hancock. So they all spun off of what Miles had really started, because Miles he was the first one that wanted to break out of the tradition of jazz and expand it with rock elements and expand into world music a little bit by, including some Latin elements as well. So, that's my connection is because of the spin-off factor. So he was really the leader in the whole, the granddaddy of the fusion thing. And then I'm part of one of the pioneering groups of that era, Returns of Forever.
Back in 1977, 38 years ago, you released your second album, Elegant Gypsy. Now you're back with your Elegant Gypsy and More tour.
Yes.
So what's more? What's different?
Well, more is very important because that allows me to expand, into some newer music too. Because it wouldn't have been as much fun for me to only do the music from the early period. I also want to, show what's current and what I've been doing as well. So we slip in a couple of new pieces, a couple of mid-period pieces, and then, hopefully the focus, remains pretty much on Elegant Gypsy and Casino, which were that's that magic 70s period when fusion was exploding.
Are you nostalgic about that period of time?
Yeah, it was a great period. There was no repeating it. It never happened again like it did then.
Yeah.
It was also the best period for the recording business. It was flourishing.
Okay.
Record companies were very happening then, and record sales were vibrant. It's too bad where it went, but it's just modern technology took it in other areas.
relationship with your electric guitars versus your acoustic guitars?
Oh, two different animals, two different means of expression. Both are equally important in a sense, especially with this type of show. But I get to express differently, you know, and it's I'm known for playing electric from the early days, but luckily I developed an acoustic career very early on too, and so I'm able to play shows in Europe, you know, which is what I've been doing for the last 20 or more years.
Yes.
20. So, you know, if I had stuck with electric and only played electric, making a transition to acoustic would not be so much accepted. Like guys like Jeff Beck and people that have electric personas really can't switch over at any point because they're so solidly known as an electric guitar player. So I really had very early on, as early as 20 years old, I had already in my mind thought, I don't want to be up there at 80 years old with a wall of Marshall amplifiers, you know. I just don't want to do that. But with acoustic guitar, you can go forever. You know? So this is a return to the electric guitar that I had not thought I would make.
Okay.
You know, I didn't really. I thought for sure I had hung it up years ago, but
Really?
But but it created such a buzz.
Okay.
You know, by announcing that we're doing it, that I said, well, okay, this could be fun.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So what do you do to reinvent yourself year after year? Because like you're on top there.
Well, you hope to reinvent yourself. It's not so easy, you know. Coming out of the box as a new artist, it's very easy because you have nothing before it. So everything you do is new. But to come up with something brand new each time is really some soul searching. You know, you really got to dig deep down and find things that hopefully are new and not too much similar to what you've done before. Especially after now, I got more than 28 records, so it's each time more of a challenge.
So where do you go to resource yourself?
Well, the record before the new one was something completely different. It was a tribute to the Beatles. So I went to Abbey Road, and I did my version more in a solo style of their classics. And so that was very different than anything I've done. When I had done my tribute to Piazzolla, and even on the records of my own where I allowed that kind of influence of Piazzolla, I really took on, my compositions took on a completely different direction, you know, because that really was the turning point back in the 80s when I allowed that influence and that friendship to take root, you know. And then on the new record, what really made it different for me was the fact that I had gone from a real down period where I used the moments to write as a form of therapy.
Okay.
And sorry, my phone is ringing. I gotta turn
Busy
this off.
guy.
Turn my phone off. Yeah, so I started out in that period going into seclusion writing, and it was really beneficial because what comes out when you're in that frame of mind is inspiring in a different kind of way. And then as the 2 years went on, I came out of a dark tunnel, and into like this completely the other side. And the record turned out to be, you know, for me, bright, you know.
Yeah.
But it started with some very deep stuff. And that's what I wanted to do, especially after a Beatles tribute. I wanted to do something very deep for guitar players, you know. But I reintroduced on that record the sound of the electric guitar again, mixing with acoustic.
Yeah, well, a beautiful project.
Thank you.
Really.
Yeah.
So if you had the chance to play with an artist, a musician, dead or alive, who would that be for you?
Dead or alive? Well, it'd be Piazzolla.
Okay.
Because Astor Piazzolla and I became great friends. And the very next project we were going to do together, unfortunately, he had a stroke, you know, and they never came to light. But that was the very next project of Piazzolla was going to be one between myself and him. So, anyway, he's been a tremendous influence, you know, over the years.
And who do you listen to relax?
Oh, that's a good question. Who do I listen to? I usually listen to my own acoustic stuff because it makes me. I'm so tired of hearing it that I get tired.
That's funny. Do you still work on your technique and standards, or you just focus on your compositions?
So I love playing. I love reading music. I don't care if it's some others, standards, whatever it might be. I love reading music. But when I practice before a show, I practice a lot of the actual music we're going to do because so much of it is an exercise unto itself.
Yes.
So it keeps me busy. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm wishing you a nice tour.
Thank you
you very much for your time for Sortie Jazz
Appreciate
Nights.
it. Nice to be here. Thank you.